Hi everybody, I'm Kathryn Hecht, Communications Director for Freedom Institute. I am here with Michael Noth, our Clinical Director, and we are here to discuss why process addictions. We have a process addictions initiative happening for 3 weeks in September. It's all online. And we wanted to talk about how this happened. Why are we doing this? Why are we spending our time and resources on this initiative? And this came out of a conversation that you and I had back several months ago. We were booking Rob Weiss for an open house, which we do several times a year here for our colleagues. We do days of training. And Rob Weiss is joining us September 14th for a day of training on sex addiction.
Rob's one of the premier sex addiction specialists in the country.
That's right. And when we were finalizing the details of that, we just got to talking about process addictions, and you told me that you were particularly curious about them. And so how did this kind of come about? Tell us about that conversation.
I mean, this all really comes out of my work here and speaking with colleagues. This is stuff that we're seeing emerging from our work. So, as you know, we treat primarily chemical dependency addiction here, and we do it pretty well. And what we're seeing as we move along in the treatment arc of a client, not often, but sometimes we'll see a form of pathology appear in the treatment, post-sobriety. Clients sober, clients, in terms of our purposes, the primary addiction being, let's say, alcohol, clients doing well, but all of a sudden we're now seeing a process addiction appear. Or, for example, some time ago I was treating a cocaine addict, and we got that pretty stabilized, but a co-addiction of sex addiction was appearing. And besides being fascinating for me, I was a little bit at a loss of how to proceed and how to revise the treatment for this guy.
Got it.
So that started a whole search of, well, who do I talk to? Where do I go? Where do I send him? And so that's kind of where this all began.
And okay, so that's kind of getting to the next question. If we don't treat process addictions here, which we currently do not, why would we spend the time and energy and resources blowing up this conversation, finding out everything we can about process addictions?
Well, it's definitely worth, because I want my staff to be very knowledgeable about an emerging phenomena that's happening in society, which is process addiction.
And more with technology as well.
Technology is creating, I think, a new form of process addiction, whether it's the guy walking out into traffic because he's on his iPhone, to the kid who spends all day, on the computer, or the man on the internet stuck in the world of pornography. That's pretty new in human history. I mean, this stuff has only been around for 20 years. But we've seen it escalate so quickly and so powerfully that we're kind of, I think, scrambling to understand how to treat this, how to do it effectively, and do it well.
And this is about meeting the client where they're at, having the resources to get them. Having the resources
and knowledge. I mean, I don't feel I'm doing a good job if I'm treating a client and I've kind of taken care of one fire, put one fire out, but I see there's another fire going on here, and I'm not going to do something about it. I have to do something about it. First, I have to understand what it is, why it is,
what you're even looking for,
what I'm looking for, and then where do we go for help.
Got it. Great. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Michael Noth, Clinical Director of Freedom Institute. That wraps up our little Q&A for today, and I'm sure we'll be back, but thank you.
Thank you.